Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Kathleen here. In today's video, I have another challenge for you. This is going to be 2 primers against 2 foundations, okay? The primers are going to be the Milk Makeup, okay, which retails for $36, which claims to give hydration and just a longer wear to your foundation. To the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer, which also claims to give longer wear to your foundation and just a better adhesion to your foundation. So, and also not to have it stick into your, your fine lines and pores. Okay, this one retails for $38. And this one retails for $10, so you can see there's a pretty big price difference in between there. They both claim to hydrate the skin as well as keep the skin cool, as well as to give it some, like a very radiant, hydrated look. And the foundation comparison is going to be the Estee Lauder Future Hydra Rescue Foundation, and I use the Milk Primer with that, okay? Then I use the About Face Drugstore Foundation, okay? And I put the e.l.f. Primer with that. So, we have the Drugstore versus the higher end luxury foundation. And I'm going to do a wear test at the end of the day, and we're going to come back in and then you're going to let me know which one you like better, okay? So if you can guess which foundation I have on which side of my face now, because I do have it on, let me know in the comments below. The Estee Lauder retails for $57, between $55 and $57. The About Face foundation retails for, and this is called the Performer, this retails for like $24 at Ulta. And sometimes you can get a coupon through Ulta. So you can see there's a pretty big price difference between the 2 of them. I was in Ulta the other day and I was looking for really a stick foundation because I wanted to do a comparison between the Dior stick and like a drugstore stick, but I couldn't find one. But I ran into a friend there who's a fellow makeup artist, and he says that he loves this foundation. I was like, well, let me see what else it compares to in the luxury. And they said that it was a comparison, that it was also like a dupe to the Estee Lauder and to the NARS Radiance foundation. So I was like, ooh, let me try that, because this one's my all-time favorite. I've loved this for years and I've just loved everything about it. This one claims to have 17 skincare benefits in it, which was another huge selling point for me. As well as this one has an SPF of 45, and it also has skincare benefits in it. More hydrating skincare benefits. I believe it's a chia seed extract that's in here. And I just love that because it really is very hydrating on my dry, mature skin. If you can guess right now which one is on which side of my face, go ahead and put it in the comments below, because in about 2 seconds I'm gonna reveal it. So anyway, if you're new here, my name is Kathleen, and I have been in the beauty industry since I'm 16 years old, and I am now 64 years old. So you do the math. I've been in the industry my entire life, and I love every different avenue that the beauty industry offers. So that's why I'm here on YouTube, where I have found that I just gained so much knowledge over the years that I just really want to share it with my mature audience. So if you think you can gain some value from watching my channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button and then hitting that notification bell so that you can get notified when I do upload new videos. So on this side of my face, I'm going to be using the Milk Grip Primer. Okay, this is also packed with a bunch of skincare ingredients like niacinamide, it has hyaluronic acid, a bunch of extracts. So it's really, really hydrating for dry, mature skin, which is something that my skin loves, right? So the more hydration, the better off I'm going to be if I'm going to be applying any type of foundation. And then I'm going to be going over the top of that with the Estee Lauder. So I'm going to take just a little bit out in the top of my hand. You can see it's got like a clear consistency to it. And I'm gonna go all over here. Now I have my regular skincare on. I have the Dr. Karam on my skin, and I have my sunblock on. So it does feel a little tacky when it first goes on, which can be a little intimidating, but it does dry down. And this retails for $36. You can get coupons for it, but that's roughly about how much it costs. Then I'm going to be going on this side, right? So this is going to be the higher end products. I'm going to be using the Estee Lauder. This is my beloved foundation. I've been using this for years. It's in the color Pebble, and I just love it. It's one of the ones I just always grab for. And I'm going to go in and put like about that much on top of my hand and take that brush and go in there. And this is also a very hydrating foundation, and as you can see, I love the matchup on this, right? It's in the shade Pebble, like I said, and it is just like a perfect match for my skin. Now And this retails for about anywhere between $55 and $57, depending on where you're shopping. But it's worth it to me. Well, it was worth it to me, right? Because it has a lot of skincare ingredients in here too. It also has a chia seed extract, which is also very hydrating for my skin. Plus it has an SPF of 45, so you can't beat that, right? So there you go. And that's about as sheer as I like my coverage. I don't like anything too heavy. Now I'm gonna be going over the top of it with just a little bit of blush. So, you know, you just take that into consideration when you're looking at it later. So now the Milk. So the Milk Primer also gives like a more of a radiant finish to it. So if you like a hydrated radiant finish, you would definitely like the Milk Grip Primer. Okay, so now on the right side of my face, I'm gonna be using the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer, okay? Now this is a dupe for the Milk makeup. This retails for about $10, so there's a bit of a price difference there. But it apparently has the same claims as the Milk, that it's a gripping primer so it doesn't settle into any fine lines. It gives a little bit longer wear. It has a radiant finish. It also is packed with skincare like niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, and a bunch of other skincare benefits in here, which again, that's a real plus. So I'm gonna go and I am going to put a pump of that up here. Now it says to use 1 or 2 pumps throughout your entire face, so I'm just gonna use 1 pump on the right side of my face. And again, when this goes on, it feels a little tacky. It feels about the same as the Milk makeup, so there's no difference. There's no really smell in either one of them, but they do feel exactly the same, I have to say. Actually, I would say the e.l.f. feels a little bit more tackier. And I don't know if you're on TikTok, but there was some videos going around on TikTok where people were taking the smaller tube of this and like sticking it to their face. So I don't know if I'm gonna be doing that though. If you buy it, you can go ahead and try it. Yeah, so it does feel quite tacky. It does feel a little bit tackier than the other side. Okay, now I'm going to, this is called the Performer. This is beautiful packaging. Okay, this is in the shade L2 Neutral. So this retails for $24, which is a little high for like a drugstore product, but it's packed with a lot of other skincare ingredients in here. So again, you're getting niacinamide in here, you're getting hyaluronic acid, and there's like a list of 17 different skincare products in this, which again is like, that's really what you want to be putting on your skin, right? And I always attributed to spending more money on my foundation because I was putting skincare on my skin too, as well as putting the foundation. So I felt like I was getting a power punch. So anyway, let's see how this does. So it comes like this. You have this doe foot applicator, which you really just have to use the doe foot to get it on. I don't ever find a way to, so I'm gonna put some here. Another way to put it on, like you can't really dab it out onto your hand. It would just be, I mean, I guess you could if you were just doing some touch-ups, but okay, so that's about all I'm gonna put on there. This is a BK Beauty foundation brush too, which is very nice. Okay, so let's see how that blends in. Now I probably could have went up a shade with this foundation, but it's really hard to gauge in the stores. Although they did have a sample there, but I didn't want to sample all of them. You also don't know who's been putting stuff in there too, so those samples. So, but you can see it also has a radiant finish. Okay, it's also very hydrating. So again, that's plush. I like to look at it later on just to see if it's laying in my pores, like it looks like it's just sitting in there, and then it just looks kind of like patchy. I don't want that. So I mean, on you really can't tell the difference. Stand back a little bit more. I think the color match on this side is better. This one's slightly lighter, but I can also fix that with, like I said, I'm gonna be putting some blush on. So other than that, the finish looks about the same. Okay, so I'm back for the check-in. It's been about 10 hours. This is the side with the Estee Lauder and the Milk Power Grip primer. And then this is the side with the About Face, the Performer foundation, and the e.l.f. primer. Now, looking at them, you can see this side here wore off a little bit more, but it's a more sheerer coverage than the Estee Lauder, I think. When it went on, it seemed a lot lighter. Although they both claim to be light to medium coverage, so that you can like start off light and then build it up to medium. I just felt like I got more coverage with the Estee Lauder right away, but that doesn't mean I don't like this one. So I don't know, it's really up to you. If you want some days where it's a little bit lighter and then you can build it up, that's up to you. and they're both 12-hour wear. Okay, the price for the Estee Lauder is anywhere between $55 and $57, and the Performer is $24. Okay, so there's a little bit of a difference there. The Estee Lauder has an SPF of 45 in it, and it also has a lot of skincare benefits too, like chia seed extract and ionized water, and there's something else, I just can't remember what it is, but there's another skincare ingredient. Now, the Performer also has 17 skincare benefits in it too, and there's a whole list of them. There's niacinamide, which seems to be in everything anymore anyway. There's hyaluronic acid, so that plumps up the skin. There's, what else is there? I don't know, there's a whole list of skincare that's in this particular foundation, and that's another reason why I really liked it, and that was another reason why I like the Estee Lauder, because I always justified I was putting skincare on my face, and that was helping my face, and that seemed like that was a bigger benefit to that foundation as opposed to just putting something on my face where it wasn't really doing anything for my face. So yeah, I kind of like the way both of them wore throughout the day. I'm not like completely sold on one or the other. There's not a huge difference between, you know, the Estee Lauder side and the About Face side. The primers, the Milk Primer is the Power Grip. I thought that the e.l.f. was a little bit tackier going on. That was the only thing I noticed a little bit different about it. But I still feel like my skin felt hydrated, and I use retinol on my skin, so it does have a tendency to get quite dry looking. Foundations have a tendency to get like stuck in some of those dry areas, and that's kind of a turn off for me. So yeah, so it definitely felt hydrated throughout the day, and you know, now you can see on this side, the rosacea popped through a little bit more. When I come in from the heat outside, like it's been really hot today, like that really just flares up my rosacea. So all in all, it really comes down to price. Like if you have a budget for Estee Lauder and the Power Grip, I would say go for it. That's a great foundation. Yeah, and the Estee Lauder also has sunblock in it too, as SPF of 45. So that's really important too. You know, you get an extra layer of you know, sunblock on your skin. And yeah, and the e.l.f. primer, like I love it. I love e.l.f. products. So, you know, I have a tendency to buy higher end products just because that's my business, and I just want to make sure people are getting the best for their money. So comment below, let me know what your thoughts are. If you use either one of those primers or either one of those foundations, let me know about it. The About Face it's relatively new. I had never heard of it. Like I said, I ran into a friend who said, you know, he loves it. So, and it really seems to be very popular with the younger crowd because they don't really like heavy makeup, and because it has the skincare benefits in it. So, but for the price, you can't beat it. You really can't. I'm not crazy about the doe foot applicator, but if that doesn't bother you, then that's fine too. I happen to like the pump and the Estee Lauder. I feel like it's just, I don't know, it's easier to use. So I did not use a setting spray either, so that probably would affect how this makeup would wear. Typically I use the Patrick Star on a hot day like today, the one size, and that would kind of lock everything in place. So guys, comment below, let me know your thoughts. Do you happen to like one side over the other side? Do you see a difference? And if you gained any value from this video, please consider subscribing, giving this video a thumbs up. I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.